much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Anand, T.K. Sen Gupta Sahab, Mr. Malhotra, Dr. Malhotra Sahab, Ashok Kumar Verma ji, my seniors, Mr. Rath, Deshpande Sahab. Ladies and gentlemen, once again a very good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for calling me here. My throat is bad, so my voice will not be that effective. But anyway, I'll try. And first of all, I apologize. I was a little bit late today. Most of the things about the topic which is there, has been told by the technical experts, Mr. Sen Gupta, Mr. Anand Kumar, and then the perspective has been set that what for we are here and what is our vision, where we are looking for, and what are the different statics available in the world. What I will do, I'll try to be very specific upon the industry which experience I had. And some of the things may be very funny to you, but I'll just touch upon those things. My thought will be not in a very sequential manner. So whatever will come to my mind, I'll share with you. When we were thinking about this operational excellence, it goes to my village days, that when we were doing our farming, then what was the operations we were doing there, what the things we were using there, the bhaisa, bell, which were used for the plugging. Now the tractors have come. Now the manures which was being used as the organic, now the fertilizers have come. So let us see that how this operational excellence has given an impact on the society, on the overall thing. So the bhaisas and the bells which were engaged there for this thing, now they are jobless. They don't have any job now. And similarly, the fertilizers which have been used, now we are telling, no, we have to go to the organics. Now the climate, earlier in our childhood, from our grandfather, we heard that there are 3-4 ritu bolte the na, jada, garmi, barsat, basant. Though now those things are over. Now we have, in Delhi, you are summer, summer and summer. There is nothing else. So now you will be wondering that how this operational excellence is increasing, and then our life is at a threat. Daily we hear that Delhi is becoming a gaseous chamber. One of my friend who was in London, I went to his house, he was telling that AQI in his daughter place was 1. And here the AQI is in 3 figures, 1600, 1700. So now how we are comparing our operational excellence with others, at what cost we are doing this. So operational excellence is not only that we make on giving good productivity, making the production high, but we have to see the society also. We have to see the balance. All these things, balance has to come. If you see the US, if you see the Japan, the society is also developing, the industry is also developing. So there is some sort of a lag, some sort of a commitment. I talk about the 20 years back in Delhi itself. These buses were running on diesel, green line, white line, this line, that line. When I was young, I used to come from 15A to my office in the bus. So we used to see that how that buses were running. The Supreme Court gave a directive that these buses should be off and this should come on the CNG. Then the government told, no, it is not possible to bring so many stations of the CNG. But Supreme Court was Supreme Court. They gave ordered, the buses were off. So at least because of that. So if something is committed, some order is given, at least yes, it can be done. So the discipline is very, very important. How we are disciplined. So not only the operational excellence in the machines, but also the operational excellence on the society. Whole society has to be committed. Likewise, now I'll tell about the Oil India's program. Mr. Rath is here, who was the pioneer in that program. There was a program run in Oil India for 2 years called the Breakthrough Performance, in which all the people of different disciplines, they were brought together, that how we can, because anything cannot be done in isolation. The production department, the transport department, the materials department, the finance department, they cannot work in isolation. So operational excellence has to be on the collective manner. Everybody has to be involved. It has to be down-driven. It cannot be top-driven process. People have to own it. Until unless people own any process, it cannot be successful. And that is a very painful process also, because change is one of the things which is permanent, and the people do not want to change. That is the thing, that it took 2 years for bringing that culture in Oil India. All the departments involved, they created their own vision, that what we want, they created their own thinking. Then another thing is there, we must have this standard operating procedures, SOP. Everywhere we must have a standing this standing operation procedure. It brings out the certain things that what are to be done. Now most of us have heard the two words, CAPEX and OPEX, capital expenditure and operational expenditure. Now this new thing which has come into the model is OPEX, is another OPEX. This OPEX is very, very important way for the integrity of the asset. When we talk about the integrity, is a very, very important word. We do not realize the importance of things. Most of you might have filled the APRs of the people. There is one called integrity. We write every 100% people write beyond doubtful. But when we come to the integrity of the asset, we just say no, integrity should be integrated. But what are those matrices by which we will analyze that the integrity of asset is not doubtful, not beyond doubt? It is our duty. I am giving you an example. One of the wells which we are producing gas was producing about 1 billion standard cubic meter. So the gas was being produced from 10-15 years, the gas was coming, but the things were not being monitored in a manner which we should have monitored. Because the production was stopped for some days, and the gas, when you stop the production, there is a water loading. Then because of that, the corrosion started in the well. And you will not realize that corrosion not only affected the well, but it also affected the installation. So when and luckily it did not went to a fatal accident, but the whole thing was in a very bad shape. This all happened because of our not monitoring, not realizing that this way also it should be monitored. Now another thing is that this particular conference, what we have gathered here, that knowledge sharing, that this is very, very important thing. That again I will go to my olden days. I was told कि ज्ञान एक ऐसी चीज है जो बांटने से बढ़ता है. तो हमको पहले समझ में नहीं आता था ज्ञान बांटने से कैसे बढ़ता है. Now when we realize that these are the conferences, are those platforms जहाँ आप अपना ज्ञान बांटते हैं, so that everybody can learn from each other's experience. And this is the area, because it is not only the upstream, midstream or the downstream where the best practices which are being followed, the lessons, the mistakes which we learn, that we can learn from each other. So this particular conference, very good topic which has been given, that think beyond the barriers and break the barriers. It will bring a culture into the organization in terms of your efficiency, in terms increasing your productivity, increasing the integrity of the asset, and at the end it will bring out the innovation and the productivity. And also the society where we are working. Now HSC is very, very important. The topics which have been told by the dignitaries who are sitting on the dais, they have already emphasized that HSC safety is very, very important aspect, because it brings out the culture of the organization. Because if you see the many private companies, they have a very, very strict safety procedure. They spend a lot on the safety. Whereas we think that, oh no, I am doing this from the years together, this job. So there is nothing called safety is not very important, because this I am doing from 100 years, so it is not like that. The safety has to be your culture, It has to be developed and it has to be monitored by our digital things, because the digital has come in a very big manner. Now, how we can develop those things, because the operations are so wide, the things are changing so rapidly. So there is now another thing which has come, the digitalization. Every organization, they are taking the help of this. It helps you. It is a technology. So there are very wrong things and good things, but we must use the technology. When I was talking to one of my friends about the artificial intelligence, then I told, what is the artificial? बोला आर्टिफिशियल मतलब बनावटी ज्ञान, नहीं बोला कृत्रिम ज्ञान. So this artificial intelligence has played a very important role in the industry, in the taxi industry. But yes, as Dr. Malhotra has told, that oil and gas industry has not taken it to that extent. So our organization, Oil India Limited, has gone for a drive. We have identified around 360 areas, 360 objectives where we can do that. And we have taken a funnel approach that from 360, when we discussed that how many, then 60 came. Now we are working on 20 programs which will be effective, covering the exploration, production, transportation, finance, then your contract and purchase, safety. So all the aspects of upstream industry are being covered in this digitalization program after having identified. So when we feel that this our breakdown maintenance, which causes a lot. So there is one of the areas where the sensors, where the measurements can play a very important role. In productivity of the well, it can play a very important role. IOR, EOR is one of the area, but it requires a lot of data. So this digitalization can help us in that aspect a lot. And everyone is aware now that how with what pace the technology is developing. The innovations are very important. If we see that how the innovation, if we are not innovative, if we are not changing our processes, if we are not taking the changes which is happening to the world, it may be very bad for the organization. It can wipe out the organization. The way we always give the example of that camera and the photographic film, that how suddenly it has vanished. So we have to be very innovative. Do not do the things, different things, but the things should be done differently, so that we can get the best and best out of any asset. And people's involvement is very important. It cannot be a one top-driven process. It has to be developed by all the people. People have to own the process. So with these few words, I'll end my lecture. Thank you very much for the patient hearing.